I appear to have taken a wrong turn and ended up in the dungeons.
I know where the Queen is. Come, let me take you to her.
I say, is that a teleport? Wait a minute!
Back that way!
But they're still behind us! How did they get here?
We must have taken a wrong turn.
All these are different vampires.
They have us surrounded.
Quick, what was your name again?
Brendan.
Back to plan A, Brendan. Point the gun at me. I'm your hostage.
Stay back. I mean it. I have the Queen here.
They're still coming.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I've never taken a hostage before.
Their bloodlust is up. That's what happened. They're going to eat us first and ask questions later. We're doomed.
What is the meaning of this?
It's the king.
They were trying to escape, Your Majesty.
I can see that, you ravenous cretins. Now stand down. Can't you see they have the Queen hostage? Isn't that correct?
Yes. Yes. Stay back or else.
Precisely. Now stand back, or you'll be seeing the sun rise from the battlements. Are you okay, my beloved?
Just a little scared, my love.
Don't worry. You will be safe in a moment. What are your demands?
Our demands? Our demands? Yes. We want safe passage from the palace. A ship to travel on.
Or what?
Or I'll shoot the Queen.
Thank you. Obviously we cannot grant this request. You are hopelessly outnumbered. Will you release her and be escorted back to your cell?
And wait to be executed?
Your Highness, I would humbly ask that these men be given a full and fair trial. They believed themselves to be facing death and acted in desperation.
My Queen is merciful. Show mercy to her now and it will be taken into account.
We had better let her go, Brendan.
Okay. I'm putting the gun down.
Thank you. Guards, take them back to their cell.
What?
My love, I was so worried.
I don't believe they would have hurt me.
If they had hurt a hair on your head, I would have drained them myself. Come. My men will escort you back to your chamber.
Oh, dear me. My head is killing me. This room is completely out of focus. Someone should tell the architect. Where am I? An office of some description. But whose? Mine? No, of course not. I wouldn't stand those curtains for a moment. Hello there. I hope you're getting all this down. Your face is familiar, but I do not believe we have been introduced. I'm the Minister of Knowledge, and you are?
His name is Ludovic. I am Octave.
Ah, another familiar face. The King's brother, yes?
You will no doubt be feeling a bit out of sorts.
Those handheld teleport devices you are using are a little rough and ready. I believe one is usually given a pill to take before starting the journey.
Sadly, there wasn't time.
Hence my splitting headache.
And let us not forget that I do not care.
This is your office, isn't it?
Correct.
No mirrors, you see. A dead giveaway, with you two being vampires. Also, there's a portrait of you on the wall. Has anyone ever dared tell you that's a little egotistical?
Who are you really, Minister? Who are you working for?
But the composition's a little off, though. Someone has been painted out of it, haven't they?
I know you're not who you say you are. I doubt you're even from Haderati.
Well, you could have at least had Ludovic painted in to balance it out. What do you mean, not the Minister?
I mean that you and your friend are a pair of imposters.
That's a very bold claim.
Not really. I have Queen Catherine in custody. The rest of her entourage are dead.
Did it never cross your mind that they could have been the decoy, whilst I and the real Queen journeyed to the earth in a less conspicuous manner?
I can see you are not going to give up the truth so readily. Nevertheless, we will soon find out. This way, Minister.
A laboratory, staffed by humans, no less.
This is my foundation. The top minds humanity has to offer, working together here under my guidance.
And where is here, exactly?
We are several miles beneath the surface of Iceland. My staff stay here for months at a time.
What are they working on?
All manner of things. Since we began our work, humanity has never lived in a cleaner environment or had a better projected life expectancy. Not in the last 50,000 years, at any rate.
And how much of your work helps vampire kind?
They are not the ones paying me.
Perhaps not. But you must still feel some allegiance. What are your thoughts on this, Ludovic?
He works for me. Like me, he was cast aside and betrayed. We may feel many things towards our brethren, but a sense of duty is not one of them. Humanity has earned our loyalty.
And none of this is about getting back at your brother?
My brother?
The king.
My brother is... I know what you are doing. You are trying to distract me, to get under my skin. Do not presume that I do not know why I do what I do. Every little moment of every day, do not presume to tell me what I am thinking, Minister. In a few moments we will know everything that is in that insolent, deceitful little head of yours. Be glad you do not know everything that is in mine.
Ludovic, open the test chamber. Do we have a doctor here?
I should think so, sir.
You're a doctor?
Yes, sir. Dr. Suni, sir.
What's that? Doctor who?
What are you gulping at, Minister? Get into the test chamber, or Ludwig will throw you in. I may need your help, Dr. Suni. Not everyone leaves this room in one piece.
Since you put it so nicely, I'd be delighted. It's a trifle dark in here.
There, that should do it. It can't be as far down as it looks.
I'm rather afraid it is, my dear.
Your Majesty, my love. This isn't what it looks like.
You've not tied together all the bed linen so you can escape out of the window?
No, I was simply bored and nervous. Pre-wedding jitters. Overall, I think this has helped.
It is a 300-foot drop out there. Even with all this, you'd still have 200 feet to go.
Oh. Hey, are you allowed to be here?
I'm the king.
But the day before our wedding? Isn't this bad luck?
You can drop the act. I know you are not the real queen.
Oh, that explains the guards outside my room.
They know nothing, merely under orders to keep you safe, as they were in the night. And yet you managed to get from here down to the dungeon without being spotted.
That's going to be tricky to explain. What gave me away?
Simple. I know what my bride-to-be looks like.
But this was an arranged marriage. The Haderati wear a veil.
Yes, you can take that off now if you wish. That's better. Perhaps now we can talk. Would you like a drink?
Thank you. Not blood.
Of course not.
Good. Just checking.
Sit with me, please. You're right. This was an arranged marriage, a political match. Someone in my position cannot afford to marry for love. It would be seen as reckless. Catherine and I fooled them all.
You knew her?
Many years ago, I accompanied my father on a diplomatic mission, my first time on an alien world. Before I was the heir, when I thought my future would be in diplomacy, we met, fell in love. Becoming king certainly made our plans more difficult. But we persevered, manipulating our advisors, waiting for our time. You see, the truth would have caused a scandal. Even more so on Haderati. She was a rebellious girl then, sneaking out with her friends without their veils. They were pretending to be peasant women, eager to see the strange alien visitors. I didn't know she was the princess until after I fell in love with her.
Oh, that's sweet.
So you understand that I need the truth from you now. Whatever is going on, I would like to think that you had no part in it, other than impersonating Catherine. Tell me.
My name is Georgie. My friends and I are travellers. We landed on... that is, we found the Queen's ship drifting through space. The rest of the crew were dead and she was missing.
So she has been taken. She is still alive. But why impersonate her?
My friend Antoine said that it was imperative that the wedding go ahead. He's out there looking for Catherine right now.
It should be me. Can you contact this friend of yours?
The doctor, my other friend, might have been able to. But I don't know where he is. I'm starting to get worried about him.
A doctor? That old man? The one pretending to be the minister, you mean?
He thinks someone is trying to start a war between you and the humans. Catherine kidnapped, and then the attempted poisoning. Those two in the dungeon, we don't think they really had anything to do with it. That's why we were trying to free them.
It would seem that you and your friends get involved in many things that do not concern you. Yet I can't fault your logic, at least in making sure the wedding goes ahead. Although it does mean that if your friend doesn't find Catherine soon, you and I will have to go through with the ceremony. Were you aware of that?
I'm hoping Antoine turns up before that. No offense.
Then I will play along for now. But you must remain here under guard until the ceremony. I would like to believe your story, but I feel there are certain things you are still not telling me.
I could tell you more. I'm just not sure you'd believe it.
Try me.
My friends and I, we're not just travellers. We're time travellers.
Time travelers?
I'm human. From the distant past, like 70,000 years in the past. Antoine is from this time period. The Doctor is a Time Lord. Don't ask me what that means. If you don't believe me, our time machine is still down in the dungeon. That's how we got down there without the guards seeing.
This all sounds absurd.
It's the truth. It's what you wanted, wasn't it? And I can prove it. Take me down there. I'll show you the TARDIS. That's what he calls it.
I was going down there to talk to those two human diplomats next. You will accompany me and show me this time machine, if it indeed exists. But I warn you, I am not a fool. I am calling your bluff. If you are lying to me, I will catch you out.
I wonder what he meant by not everyone leaving this room in one piece. What is in here that can harm me? Nothing. Except what appears to be a piece of his rock collection. Volcanic rock, from the looks of it.
Excellent work, Minister. The rock was mined from deep within this facility.
You built your secret base beneath a volcano. I'm sure M is briefing 007 as we speak.
Observe, Minister.
Well, that's impossible.
Is it?
It's turned back into molten lava. It's actually increasing in mass. It will melt through the case.
The glass is heat resistant. I can, however, turn up the volume.
Volume? Volume. What does he mean? How can he do it? No. That's me. My voice. How very curious.
Who are you really, Minister? Who do you work for?
I don't work for anyone. Anyone. Don't think. Clear your mind. Focus. I can hear. It can hear. It can see. Don't think of the name. Hope she is safe. Not the name. Or his. He was outside his. No, focus. What if I'm not working for anyone then? Isn't it curious? Glowing. The Cyberman. Holes in time. Where's she? No. Timely red. Not real. The Daleks. I didn't remember.
Most impressive, Minister. You appear to have silenced it. Not before you flooded it with nonsense. But how long can you keep this up? How long can you stand there and think of nothing? The first miners who discovered it thought they were going mad, you know. There were tales of haunted tunnels where whole groups of workers were driven insane. From what we can tell, it appears to be a new form of life. Not merely a new species, but life beginning anew, as it did billions of years ago. Nothing? Not a flicker of interest at that? It has a certain amount of malleable consciousness, but no personality of its own. It appears to reflect the thoughts of those around it. I realized its potential straight away. A foolproof lie detector, very useful in flushing out corporate spies and traitors. And it can now even be used to deal with them permanently. Open your eyes, Minister. I've opened the case. It's growing in size. I wonder if you can keep this trance up even whilst being burnt alive. Look, it's even turning into a humanoid form. Does he look familiar to you?
Good grief, that's me. Me. It looks like me. Thoughts, psychic fields. Psychic vibrations.
What is that device?
I'd say your new life form is dormant for now, Octave. Amazing. It's retained its shape and mass, but reverted back to volcanic rock. I appear to have helped create a life-size statue of myself. Not a bad likeness. About time, too. I've always thought I deserved a statue. I could put it in my gardens. It'll keep the birds away at any event.
How did you do that?
A marvelous device, the sonic screwdriver. Unlocks doors, breaks molecular structures, and can even alter certain telepathic wavelengths, which your little friend operates on, I noticed. Easy, when you know how.
Give me that device.
Please and thank you wouldn't go amiss.
Walk forward.
Careful there, you're waking it up.
Stop. Forward. Stop. Turn left.
How is that possible? It's still holding my form.
Yes, and it obeys me. Me! Ludwig, take this man to the cells. We may not have broken his mind, but he has proved more useful than he can possibly know.
Oh! Careful with the robes! Give me back my screwdriver!
Turn right. Stop. Forward. Stop. Kneel.
There is one more thing I need to understand. The gun you were using, where did it come from? My guards carry only swords, and you certainly didn't have it when you were taken into custody.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I do not believe you will like the answer to that question.
You can trust him, Brendan. The king has an open mind. Tell us the truth.
Your brother paid us a visit.
Octave?
I told you he would not believe us.
Can you prove this?
The guards would remember.
If he hasn't bribed them.
No, thank you for telling me. I do not need the word of a guard to know that my brother is capable of this.
You believe us?
Sadly, it all makes too much sense.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
And the poison? You swear you had no part in that?
Isn't it more likely that they had no idea what they were truly carrying? If I wanted to poison you, and I don't, I would think the less people who knew about it, the better. And if they had known about the poison, why would they deliver it themselves when they must have known they would be suspected?
A logical conclusion. Thank you, my love. But I am still left with questions. 1. Is my brother acting alone? 2. How do I deal with him? Would you be willing to testify to all that you have told me?
Testify?
Of course we would. It is the truth.
Then I shall have you moved somewhere a little more comfortable. Much as I would wish to free you, I'm afraid my brother will try anything to silence you.
What about my room?
The bridal suite?
It's heavily guarded. Your brother would never think of looking for them there.
It's settled then. I will have guards escort you up. Men I trust absolutely.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
And now, my love, I believe you had something else to show me.
General Harker is here to see you, sir.
Send him in.
Octave?
General, I trust the day finds you well.
You know how it is. Meeting after meeting. Meetings about other meetings. The 4th Martian Fleet has made some headway against the binary fundamentalists, but that war rages on. Those robots replicate as fast as we can destroy them. What else? Trade ships are still going missing. 12 in the last month. There's something else out there. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure you will get to the bottom of it, General. But let me get to the point. Orlok lives.
He survived the poison?
It never reached his lips. Somebody interfered. I have him here in custody.
And yet there's been no declaration of war? What about the 2 ambassadors?
My brother is too smart to move without proof. But I have a contingency in place. Orlok will die. I promise you that.
At least we will be rid of him without the marriage to the Haderati Queen.
That's the curious thing. We intercepted her ship, And yet still she arrived at the palace. Or someone very like her. That same gentleman who discovered the poison is her accomplice. I will get the facts from him soon. He has already proved helpful in all manner of ways.
What now? More questions?
Good afternoon, Minister. Nice hat.
It's you!
Yes, it's me, Dr. Suni, at your service. We met this afternoon. I'm sorry, but I don't think we were introduced. You are the Minister of Knowledge, correct?
Quite right, young man. Excuse me, but do you have a first name?
Of course I do. Is it important?
Indulge me.
Bernard.
Bernard?
Is that a problem?
No, a fine name.
And do you have a name behind the title?
Some call me the... That isn't important. We renounce our given names when we take the title.
Interesting. Well, I'm here to give you a quick medical. Octave would like to know as much about you as possible. I need to take your heartbeat. Lift up forward, please.
How long have you worked for Octave? He didn't appear to recognize you earlier.
I was recruited a week ago. Breathe in.
And before that?
I worked at the Europa Medical School. I was headhunted. Breath out. Strange.
Yes, you might find...
2 hearts. Is that a common mutation in Hardarati?
We all have them.
Curious. I thought you were still classified as human on that world. Biologically speaking, that is.
Back to you for a moment. You've never worked in the Far East, have you? The Tetsuo Corporation, for example.
I suppose you have had 60,000 years to evolve. But this must surely put you in the category of a different species. Are you trying to get me in trouble?
Trouble?
It's your questions. If this conversation was being recorded, it could appear that you and I were talking about my working for a rival corporation. And I would never dream of doing that.
Recorded? Ah, yes, I see. Heaven forbid.
You'll see. Now get some rest. It will be night soon. Lots of things come out at night.
I admit that it's somewhat impressive you managed to get this thing down here without anyone noticing, Georgie. But you can't expect me to believe this wooden hut is a time machine.
Then how did it get here? It's bigger than the door.
You teleported it here?
It teleports itself. It can travel anywhere in time and space.
It's a shed.
It doesn't normally look like that. We were in London recently and the doctor wanted it to blend in. It's meant to look like a police box.
A what?
A blue wooden box. Police in England used to use them before they had walkie-talkies, before even my time.
But how does it work? I can't see any engines, any power source.
Just come inside. Come on. Luckily, we didn't have time to lock the door.
It's...
You can say it.
It's bigger on the inside.
Look down at your feet.
At the doormat?
Read it out.
It's dimensionally transcendental. You wouldn't understand.
Antoine thought it would save a lot of time. Plus, you can wipe your feet on it.
But how is this possible? It's huge.
Hey, the doormat can say it better than I can. I'm just living here, for now at least. I'm jealous that you're getting the time to take it all in. I was being chased by a Cyberman the first time I saw it.
And it can go anywhere in time and space.
I don't know how to fly it. But look, I can prove it.
What's that?
It's a mobile phone, but it can take photographs as well. Look, here's us in San Francisco, Egypt. That's us next to the Sphinx while they're still building it. We were just in Victorian London. That's what I had to wear.
There are a lot of pictures of you.
They're selfies. Smile. See? That's us.
I'd heard rumors that the humans were close to discovering the secret to time travel. If the Tetsuo Corporation got their hands on this... Is there anyone else you know of in here?
No. Quick, behind this pillar.
I can't find him or his friends anywhere. Yes, I've had a good look. This place goes on forever. Well, why can't we just give him this shed? We could just say he's definitely in here somewhere.
Is he a friend of yours?
No. I've seen him before, though.
Georgie!
Can I help you? Are you okay?
Give me a shock.
Greg? What is going on? Greg? Greg!
Greg, is it?
Oh. Crumbs.
Forward. Stop. Divide into 2. Into 3. Stop. Look at it, Ludwig. replicates in a moment. You turn to the left. You turn to the right. They can even obey different commands. I have an army at my disposal. I don't need that fool Harker's help to take the throne anymore. We will be indebted to no one.
They have taken on your image, sir.
Who else? They bend to my will, and my will alone. My will alone.
They speak with your voice.
Hush. I will hear what it has to say. Hush. I will hear what it has to say. Go on. The throne will be mine. The throne will be mine. Yes. Then I will show humans who took pity on me, who used me for their own ends, the true meaning of power. Don't you see, Ludwig? It is everywhere under the earth, alive, and at long last awake, with one thought. One thought, and they will emerge from beneath the earth. The humans on the surface will be destroyed. All of them, everywhere. The night will be ours. The night will be ours. Get the teleport ready, Ludwig. We have a wedding to attend.
That's the bell for nightfall. One half of the world goes to sleep, the other wakes up. Not that it makes much difference to me, stuck in a cell. Hello? Who turned off the lights? I'm not a vampire, you know. I can't see in the dark.
Doctor?
Where are you?
I'm outside your cell.
Dr. Suni. Bernard, what's happened?
Just a little computer virus. Come quickly, we only have a few minutes until they turn the power back on.
It might be hard to tell in the dark, but I'm still trapped in this cell.
It was an electronic lock, you silly old fool. Just push the door.
Yes. Very clever, I'm sure. I'll have less of the silly old fool if you don't mind, Bernard.
Anton.
You recognize me, then?
Of course I do. That was all for the microphones before.
Well, how was I to be sure? This is your own time zone. For all I knew, you were a version of Anton before we met. I have the web of time to consider here.
And what about our plan? You and Zorja were meant to stay in the palace.
I didn't ask to come here. Someone tried to poison the king and frame the human ambassadors. Trying to start a war, no doubt.
You just can't help yourself, can you? Getting involved. What about the plan?
What about the plan? You haven't deigned to tell Georgie and I the full story yet. And as for getting involved, you should know me well enough by now to know that I cannot just sit by and let an injustice occur.
Yes, and you can't help showing off and giving a megalomaniac the means to wipe out all life on this planet.
Well, I suppose you can't help marrying Georgie after royalty. If we're not back there soon with the real queen, she's going to have to go through with the ceremony.
What do you think I'm doing here?
Hello? Who's there?
My name is Anton. I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue me?
I have a shuttle waiting to take us to the palace. Come quick, we don't have much time before the power returns. Doctor, might I introduce Her Majesty Queen Catherine?
We can do formal introductions later. Lead the way, you two. I'm late for my wedding.
Well said. This way.
I'll ask you again. What were you doing in the TARDIS?
They'll never get me to talk. Your Majesty.
That's what they all say. Do you know how long I've had people kept in these dungeons, Greg? Years. They all talk in the end.
Then I shall prove the exception.
Suit yourself. It makes no difference to me. I almost hope you don't talk.
Why?
Because the blood of prisoners in fear tastes the sweetest. We take just enough to keep you alive.
No more, please!
I didn't even touch him.
Good work, Your Majesty. You don't really drink prisoner's blood, do you?
Not as a rule, no.
Who are you really, Greg?
We're bounty hunters.
What are you doing here?
Oh, nothing to do with you, Your Majesty. We're just here to collect a Time Lord.
A Time Lord?
We? That woman on the other end of the comm?
My wife, Sutami. She's going to kill me.
Who hired you?
We never learnt his name. Some chap in a pole island. Another Time Lord, I think. He sent us after this rogue Time Lord. Calls himself the Doctor. He served masquerading as your minister, Your Highness.
I know. He's my friend.
Then you should be grateful we showed up. We're saving his life, you see.
Saving his life?
He's meant to be dead soon. Tonight, I believe. But we're to grab him before it happens. Pull him out of the timeline, chap said. Don't know where he is, do you?
No. That's the bell for nighttime, isn't it?
Yes,
We need to find the doctor fast.
if he's telling the truth.
We can't take that risk. Plus, we have to get married in a few hours.
Oh,
Thank you. We need to get changed. Find the doctor before he dies. Get married. No pressure then.
We're nearly there, just around the corner.
What's that noise?
Wait here, I'll have a look. I think escaping might be harder than we imagined, and I thought I'd timed everything to perfection.
What is it?
Take a look for yourself.
Those lava creatures. Dozens of them.
Octave must be covering his tracks.
They're heading straight towards us.
I can handle this. Where's my...
Missing something?
my sonic screwdriver? Octave has it. It rather appears we're doomed.